What's going on? What's happening? What it is? Yeah, you know it. We back up in the building. Episode 23. Please welcome to the Millennial Masterclass podcast, servicing all millennial issues. I am 1/3 of these hosts, okay? They call me Tris, all right now. In Harlem, posted up with blonde hair. Yes, okay? If you didn't notice, shit is blonde now, okay? Just for some people, you know what's funny? People were trying to work it out. They were like, yo, is this shit? Did you do that? Is the computer? No, I died the shit. It's not.
Not is it the computer?
No, I had somebody said, they're like, yo, is that digital? I'm like, no, bro, it's not digital.
That's
it's definitely not
most.
digital.
Right.
But let's throw it down to Houston today. Let's see what's popping in Texas. What's goody over there?
Well, I was a Houston shawty this weekend.
Oh Lord.
Went down for my LV Andrea's early birthday celebration. Shout out to her.
Good job for the birthday celebration. Yeah,
no,
birthday
really
celebration.
He's so stupid. So it was super cute how she had her home decorated. We had a great time singing karaoke.
Oh, wait a minute, what she do? Wait a minute, you can't say it was cute and not tell us what she did with the decoration.
So basically they had the upstairs where like the living room is. She had rented like some table and chairs, so she had it set up 2 tables, decorated with the tablecloth and little decorations on it. She had kind of like a step and repeat on the wall where it had like the backdrop and happy birthday and the big 3-1 balloons and other balloons to like take pictures and stuff.
Okay.
She had tons of food. It was like a champagne wine kind of night, so everybody had to bring bottles, and then she had some black-owned wine bottles that
all right
she
now
a little wine tasting for us.
Make sure we shot those labels out on the air at some point.
Yeah, we'll put those down. But then the funny thing was it started around like 7-8 o'clock or whatever. By like 3 a.m, you would think that we would be like knocked out sleep. Why did we like go through the entire Destiny's Child like catalog, every single video from start to finish?
Did y'all do the moves?
We did the little moves, just reminiscing. We were just like,
wait, why do we do the same move, Tristan?
I mean, because they stole that shit though from High Five though.
Oh, well, that was one we had.
Yeah, because like, I like the way. Never mind, it's fine.
I've never seen that video.
It ain't great. You didn't miss nothing. But they do the move.
Karaoke competition, and so we did like Aaliyah. We did Bills Was Bills. We did Say My Name. So like
you said competition. Like who won?
Our group won, actually. We did.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So it was super cute, super fun. We were saying all we need is like one reunion tour from Destiny's Child, and we will be satisfied. Like they will make so much money off of us. We'd be like, here, we don't care what it costs, take it. Like we just want to see y'all perform one more time. So it was super cute. Then we went to James Harden's restaurant on Sunday for brunch. Which
is it called The Beard?
No, it's called 13.
Okay, I'm just wondering. I'm just curious.
It's super cute though. That's my second time going for brunch. Food is delicious.
Were there strippers there at the table?
No.
Okay.
You gonna get the story out, Jesus.
I have to ask. It's James Harden. That nigga loves strippers.
Well, apparently there's like a private club in the basement that's only for like celebrities and people in the city. So when they come in, they can have someplace low key to go where it's not like crowded by groupies or people just trying to get on and stuff like that. So
people won't take pictures of them cheating.
Exactly. Well, hey, I ain't say it, but anyway, and then we ended the night at Chapman and Kirby for their day party. So super fun, great time. And I went to go visit my bro Kennard on Monday. He listens to our podcast, so shout out to Kennard.
Shout out to Kennard.
That was my weekend. How was y'all's?
All I know is that James Harden loves the strippers, so I feel like I need to ask that question anytime he's involved.
That was a valid question. I'm not mad at it. It was valid.
You know what's funny? I saw a post that said James Harden got suspended for 10 days because he brought strippers in the locker room. And I knew it was a joke, but in the back of my mind, I was like, that sounds true.
Didn't he get suspended when he went to the strip club during like COVID and they had like strict COVID?
It was during the pandemic, yeah. Like it was during like the height of the pandemic.
Everybody did that though.
No, it was only him and like it was 2 players. It was him and Lou Williams.
Lou Williams, yeah.
And he was talking about I just went there for the wings, yeah, bro. Yeah. And the thighs.
Lou Williams played for the Sixers before. I don't know.
He did, yeah. That's where he started. I can't even believe that you know who that is. That's actually, I'm really impressed. Actually.
Yeah, he has like 2 girlfriends. That's probably why I know.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Anywho,
okay.
What you get into, Shauna?
Wait, just the fun facts I know. My weekend was pretty eventful. Started the weekend with a car that was normal. And after the weekend, was missing the front. But
wait, hold on. Missing the front.
Wait, get closer to the mic so we can really hear what you're saying. Now,
The front.
What did happen?
With the car, that was okay. And this weekend with the car that is missing the whole front bumper. And
Your car?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yo, what's up?
This weekend, I said I didn't get into a car accident this weekend, but I'm alive and well.
You didn't tell me that. As much as we were talking this weekend, you ain't tell me that.
I'm happy that you're alive. That's important.
Yeah. I'll tell you later, but
How have you gotten quieter? How have you gotten closer and quieter?
I don't know.
Is this a secret? Are you telling us a secret on air?
We're about a campfire.
Right. Not a secret on air. No. It was just a lot, man. Car accidents be scary as hell. Y'all ever been in a car accident?
I've been in several. Yeah.
You know,
I just been in one. That shit was like, whoa, shit. This shit happened quick. Time be going by fast. But no, that kind of was the only thing that was eventful in my weekend, just sad events. But it was pretty cool overall because I am still in good health. And my airbag didn't deploy, so maybe that means my car's not totaled.
Yeah, it must be salvageable.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're good and okay.
Yeah,
jeez.
But that's how it is in these Maryland streets.
I guess so. Oh my God, man. Like the whole front of the car fell off. Like you just dropped that shit casually. You're like, yeah, you know, the sky was blue. I had some bacon for breakfast. The front of my car fell off. Shit was crazy, you know.
Right.
It was crazy as shit. So the whole front like bumper part is off. And then I was trying to pull over or drive a little further back to a safer space to pull over. Bro, my hood lifts the fuck up and hits my window.
What the world?
I swear to God, it was crazy as shit. It was the craziest shit I ever experienced. I was fucking freaking the hell out.
Who helped you? Did somebody like stop and help you? You just had a call?
I pulled over, you know, black people, or the black guy came over and was like, I'm over there having a panic attack and shit. Like,
I would too.
Yeah, and he's like, you're gonna be okay. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not okay.
Oh.
Were you jammed in the car? Could you get out and everything? Or?
I had to get out from my
the passenger side?
Passenger side, yeah. My door, it opens, but it was like
it was jammed in there.
I couldn't fit.
Dang, Sean. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're okay.
But on the right side, I'm alive. I didn't break anything. So yay!
Yeah.
Yes, yay. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, your perspective is correct. Everything in perspective right now.
Yeah.
You are okay. You are healthy.
I am okay. Matt, Tristan, how the hell was your weekend?
Not nearly that eventful. I mean, I did a couple things. Did a few things. You know, saw a few games and whatnot. Actually, the most interesting thing I did do was I went to a play. So we got some tickets to go see a play. Was off Broadway. And actually, I have the bill up here right now. It was called Coal Country. And basically, there was a mine explosion that happened. And they basically turned that into a play. And this was about the aftermath of kind of the court case. So kind of how the explosion happened and then like how, you know, just kind of greed kind of tore people's families apart, because the thing is that the mine, the reason the explosion happens is not because the miners made a mistake, it's because the mine itself was a ticking time bomb and they weren't doing the things to actually make the mine safe. So like the story takes place in West Virginia, and it was a good tale. They had like this Grammy Award winning like guy who was like basically the pit, the whole thing. And it was a small theater and it was a decent show, though it was kind of new. And I felt like I could tell it was new, like, cause I was sitting there, I was like, they just went up on the line. And I felt like maybe people weren't paying attention, but I was definitely listening. And then like only two of the people sound like they're from West Virginia. I was like, and then like they had the wrong shoes on, like somebody had on some pretty hiking
so critical
boots.
Oh my gosh.
What? I'm sitting there looking at it. I might as well.
Down to the shoes.
Okay. I would not even
if I can't suspend my disbelief, I'm going to tell you about it. If I can't suspend my disbelief, I'm going to tell you about it. And in fact, another thing, I should probably wait. We might not get to the movie, so I'm going to talk about it right now. I saw the fucking Batman. That goddamn movie. Okay. It wasn't a bad movie. I did like the movie. It was just that like I felt like Batman was like the lead singer of My Chemical Romance back in 2007. It's just like the most emo ass Bruce Wayne. It was just ridiculous.
I mean, it is Rob from Twilight, so yeah, that's accurate.
Right, but like that, honestly, that wasn't the issue. It was the haircut they gave him. Like literally, it was like he was straight from 2007, and then like he had the eyeliner on, it was running, and I was just like, y'all, why is Batman a punk rock singer right now? Like this is just crazy. But no, decent movie. I did like Zoe Kravitz in there. Definitely they were critical on some things and some societal structures. So I would say people should go watch it. It's cool. It's getting what it deserves. Somebody accused me of hating on the movie. I was like, I'm not hating on it. Like I just saw what I saw. They were like, well, would you give it 5 stars? I'm like, I don't know about all that. I give it 4.4. It don't round up, but we can do something with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well, you know me, I'm still waiting for Spider-Man on streaming services, so I'll do the same.
Okay, let's what's going on here? What's happening?
I heard they're charging because Batman's only going to be in AMC theaters, and they're charging more than they would like for.
No, it's not. It's in Regal theaters as well.
Oh, okay. I heard this on the Breakfast Club, but apparently they're like charging a little more than they normally would for all the other movies that they're showing, or something like that. Do you feel like the ticket was more, or it was about normal?
No, the ticket was just the correct price. I couldn't see it in IMAX because I was late getting to the theater. Like we had some train issues, and so I was like, well, okay, I'll just see what other time is available, and I couldn't see it in IMAX. But the IMAX wasn't 20; it was like even with tax, it was like 19, and then like the regular ticket was like 13. So yeah, it was standard movie prices. Yeah, not out of the ordinary. But I be having a lot of points because I be going all the time. So I don't even know if I actually pay for the tickets. So whatever.
Okay. Well, I'll wait. But thank you for the synopsis and your review of it. We appreciate that.
Is that? Are we all caught up? Is it time to give the people what they want? Is it time to inform these people about what's going on in the streets?
Excited for this episode. So let's go ahead and tap in so we can give them what they need to know, and then we can have the really, really fun part. I'm excited.
Oh Lord. Well, you know what? Then it's time for the bulletin board.
Yes, y'all. I'm back again with some news for y'all.
I really just wanted you to be like, oh my God, I'm back at it again.
I mean, if that's how I need to start off my segment from here on out, I can do that.
Like, that's how you said it. You came strong. I was like, go ahead.
Listen, I need you to put that musical edit in there. Hold me down. Okay.
I can do that for you. That's not a problem.
All right. So I don't know if y'all heard, because this really just came out last night, but the Senate finally passed the Emmett Till Antilynching Act of 2022.
Wow.
In the year 2022,
a little late for
they're
that.
just now passing an anti-lynching bill. Crazy, right?
I mean, they have the law in other places, but like it's national finally. That's nice.
They like to give us nice things here and there, I guess. Like, here you go.
Is that a nice thing, or is that like a standard ass shit that we should all have? Like healthcare,
right? The bare minimum. So, but you know how they do.
You cannot hang Black people from trees. You cannot do that. It is illegal. Get the fuck out of here. I had no idea.
That did upset some white people, so I'm sure it's a
He said, I can't hang no niggers no more. I can't hang no. You telling me I can't hang no niggers no more? Well, that don't make no kind of sense. Now, goddamn it. Should have been at the Capitol. Should have been at the Capitol.
That should have been at the Capitol.
America is this. This is not the country that we built.
That's right. They putting black ass faces on money now.
Built.
All kind of shit.
That's not really gonna say.
Right.
They are gonna say exactly.
Anywho, so the legislation was approved by the House of Representatives last week by a vote of 422-3. And
the 3, who opposed that? Who opposed that? We need to look them up right now. Oh my God.
Point them out. They were probably at the Capitol on January 6th while we had it. So anyway. Yeah, but get this. There's been over 200 failed attempts to outlaw lynching over the years. So I guess finally they were like, well, y'all ain't gonna let this go. So we might as well just approve it and be done with it, because it's gonna go to 300 attempts at this point.
This feels like an episode of Drunk History. Well, look, ain't gonna let it go.
You know how like there are laws you know how there are laws in the books that are outdated, right? Okay, like it's illegal now to like still like park your horse in front of buildings, because like that laws have been on the books. Like this is that type of law. It's like
in Texas, that's valid because you drive down the street, you'll see people on horses.
Okay, right, but like that's Texas. I'm talking about like in Chicago, there are still laws about parking your horse in front of this building. Come on now.
Well, hello somebody. So Congress finally succeeded in taking a long overdue action by passing the Emmett Till Antilynching Act. It's been long overdue. It took so long, and what they're calling is because it's been a bitter stain on America, the whole lynching thing, which I mean still goes on to this day, because even last year there was how many that was reported in the news? Maybe like 3 to 4 of Black people supposedly hanging themselves, which we know, no, we're not hanging ourselves from trees. So there's definitely some lynching going on. So the first anti-lynching legislation was introduced a century ago. And then This was named in honor of 14-year-old Emmett Till, who we all know was brutally murdered in a racist attack in Mississippi in 1955, which is an event that drew national attention to the atrocities and violence that African Americans face in the U.S. And became a civil rights rallying cry. So a quote from one of the senators says, "It's an important step forward as we continue to work on confronting our nation's past in pursuit of a brighter and more just future." Schumer said that, adding that he looks forward to Biden quickly signing the bill into law. So right now it's just waiting on Biden's signature and approval, and then it'll be an actual law. So I don't know. Biden been tripping lately though. So I don't know if he's gonna sign this immediately or put it on the back burner, because he's been doing a couple things. I'm like, that's not why we voted you into office. You tripping.
Like making niggas go back to work.
Oh, that's my next one. Great segue, Sean. Thank you. So
that's really what I was thinking. That's a mess.
Okay, now this won't affect some people depending on their job. So like my job, we're personally won't be affected, by this push just because we're just remote period or whatever. But Biden is pushing to end remote work. He's basically saying that, which I'll get y'all's take on this in a second, because I think it may be a little premature, but he's reiterated his plea that Americans return to the office. Multiple large corporations like Google, Apple, Nike have begun to announce that their employees, need to be back in person after, of course, we all know the COVID-19 shutdowns that started in March 2020. So he's talked about this in his Save the Union address last week. And that was actually the same day, March 5th, when Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, announced that the mask mandate for schools would end effective immediately, as well as vaccine requirements for indoor activities like restaurants and concert venues. And a lot of the cities and states have been doing this whole, kind of reversing the mask and vaccine mandates that they once had in place. Some of the statistics they're looking at is that with 75% of adult Americans fully vaccinated and hospitalizations down by 77%, most Americans can remove their mask and return to work and move forward safely. I feel like that's a little premature because everything is gravy now until we have another variant that comes. And I feel like we'll be in the same type of cycle. So I feel like as long as everything is good, maybe we should ride this train a little longer just to see if anything else pops up before we give the okay, no more, mask mandates, no more vaccine mandates. Y'all can all come back and congregate and stuff, which don't get me wrong. If we want to go out, we be out, we have a good time or whatever. So it's always up to our discretion. But I just feel like we're moving a little too fast, too soon, because we don't know if another variant is going to pop up. What do y'all think?
Oh, two things. One, who the hell is most American? Would I be in that? Are we in that? Who's in that? Is there like health restrictions? Who is most American? Second thing, now, it don't seem like it's no coincidence that gas went up and now motherfuckers want to make you go back to work.
Exactly.
I can't even afford to drive to work.
Exactly.
What's going on?
So my car, I've driven intermediate since I bought my first car 10 years ago, right? It's always been a Focus or like a Civic or whatever. So because I've gotten that, my gas has never been more than, usually falls less than $20, but when gas prices started to go up to the 2 something, the most it ever was $23. When I tell you it took me $33 to fill up yesterday, I said, oh no, like we got to go. We got to do something different.
Do you remember just last week when I said the gas price is gonna be crazy high, and you was like, well, I got all this surplus to income, and it ain't gonna matter about me driving no 2-3 hours to see a nigga. So what the fuck did I say? That's all. I'm just gonna say that right here now.
Tristan just said that, and I don't really be liking to agree with Tristan, but like, damn.
I thought about that earlier though, because I was like, dang, Tristan did just say this, but I had to, feel it and experience it.
Did you? Because we do the math in our heads. It's not hard to do.
But again, my take has never been more than $23, so I didn't know it could go to $33. I was like, wait a minute, like for a full tank is $33. Like, what are we doing?
You done been MJ for so long, you didn't know Scottie Pippen existed. I get it. I know.
Oh, I got that.
Oh hell! Oh hell!
She's so precious. I got that.
I know why you said that.
But that's a good point, because lots of people were saying that like it's not right that y'all are trying to force some people to go back into work when gas prices are skyrocketing right now. And on the flip side, remote work has been great for other people. You know, they've really been able to have more of a work-life balance. They've been able to like maybe spend more time with their family, or just it may have just been better for, you know, their sanity and stuff. Some people just don't do well working in offices with other people. They just rather work remotely, you know. So I think it's going to depend on just like each company, you know, taking it as it will. Like I said, my company won't make us go in because we're scattered all over the US and even outside of the US anyway. So I think it really just depends on your company. I think it's mostly talking about like those who work for like the government in the cities, and, you know, who work like downtown, who really wants to get the commerce in these cities and everything, you know, pumping again and everything. So I don't know, just check with y'all's, you know, jobs, y'all's managers, see what they're saying, but hopefully no one forces anybody to do anything that's not good for them. So
I would just like to see Kyrie play ball.
I mean, that's perfect for the playoffs around the corner. They know what they're doing.
That's all I would like to see.
Yeah.
And I, you know, honestly, what I learned about the law, what I realized is that, okay, Kyrie can come to the gym, right? He can watch the games, but he can't play on the floor. But wait, that's stupid already, right? But this is the other thing. If an unvaccinated player from another team comes to play in Brooklyn or New York, they can play.
Huh? That don't make sense.
If that unvaccinated, you're right, it doesn't. I just want to see them play.
From another state?
Nope, from another team. Like literally, if they play the Atlanta Hawks and the whole team's not vaccinated, all of them can play, but Kyrie can't because he's a employee of New York. The dumbest shit I ever heard. If it was for everybody and people couldn't play, all right, whatever.
Right?
But that's crazy, right? It's just because he works for the city of New York and it's a New York mandate.
Whoever thought of that isn't the brightest, because that doesn't make sense. It'd be different if they were saying you can't, you know, if you're unvaccinated, you can't come play in New York, you know, whatever, Madison Square, wherever, period, because you're not vaccinated. But just saying because he works specifically for a city of New York, but you don't, and you're a visitor, then you can. That's stupid.
The thinking behind it was supposedly that for average citizens, like people that come here, they're not going to be here as long. But that's stupid. It only takes 5 seconds to get COVID. So like, what do you say?
Less than that. Like, it's airport. What the? Okay. Anyway, moving on to the next topic, because that's just gonna hurt my brain if I still think about it.
I understand that it hurt mine, so I get it.
Did y'all hear about what happened to Brittany Griner?
I did. It's fucked up. It is.
It's
They're doing this shit on purpose. They really doing this shit on purpose just because of all this shit that's
to make an example. Yeah, like a bargaining chip or something. So, for those of you who don't know, Russia detained Brittany Griner, who many of us know is a 7-time WNBA All-Star, center for the Phoenix Mercury, and went to Baylor University. Shout out to Waco. And they arrested her on drug charges after finding vape cartridges that contain hashish oil in her luggage at the airport near Moscow. Her detention, of course, as we know, comes at the most dangerous time because of this conflict with Russia and Ukraine and everything that's going on over there. She was detained in Russia. And apparently this happened at the end of February. So she's been there for like maybe almost 2 weeks now is what they're saying. It's just all started to, you know, come to light now. I actually saw a picture of her on the news where she was holding up, you know, her little, you know, thing that make you hold up when you take your mugshot or whatever. I'm just like, girl, I'm so scared for you. But basically, you know, of course, as we know, the State Department has been warning people, Americans who, you know, have been traveling to Russia to, you know, stop, you know, come back, make sure, because we just don't know what's going to happen with this whole situation, right? So a spokesperson for her said they don't know the circumstances of her detention, but her arrest should serve as a wake-up call to all Americans in Russia to get out, shut down your businesses now. There was an actual video that was released by Russia's customs, which showed that she was passing through security screening. And then they, you know, of course, examined, you know, her luggage. And that's when they pulled out the bag that had the hashish oil in it. And so I'll just have to keep you all posted once more information.
Like, did they pour out a gallon of it? Like, why are they stopping her?
Well, like, you know, some of those countries over there, they have really, really strict, like, you know, marijuana. And
I get that, but like, did she deal in it? If she was dealing it, okay, I can understand why.
It probably take only a small amount over there. Like
they don't want you to have nothing.
Because they're so much more conservative than we are, so they'll get you. Especially
all those politicians over there smoke
like
weed
that.
And everything too.
They do, but they don't play. Like, you gotta follow rules and regulations when you're traveling to other countries and stuff. You have to look that stuff up prior to know what you're going into. But yeah, we're gonna pray for Brittany. I'll keep y'all posted as more information is released, because right now we don't know what's gonna happen with this. So praying for her. But that's all I got for y'all. So y'all know I'm gonna keep my ears to the street and report back next week.
And welcome back. What's going on today? We have a very special episode today. So here at the Millennial Masterclass, we love music. We love it. We play it all the time. It is the soundtrack of our lives. They say nothing goes around the world better than a good song, and they're not wrong. Okay. And so today, to talk about music, we had to bring a musical curator. We had to bring a musical connoisseur. We had to bring a motherfucker that knows how to set a party off right. Okay. Like, we met this brother in the throes of the Mecca, and we have seen him grow and prosper, and he has quite a tale for you. So please, everybody, put your hands together out there, wherever you are, for the one, the immutable Mr. DJ Chubby SWAGG.
Thank you. That was the perfect intro. That I don't know if there's any way I could have been introduced any better. So I really appreciate that. And I know you personally as a friend, so that's what makes it better, because you've never said that to my face. So
because it wasn't necessary at the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't necessary.
I'm taking you on a long ride off a short bridge. You actually tell me every time, and you have 3 handshakes for me, 2 when we meet, 1 before we leave.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong.
Very supportive, So I love you forevermore.
Love you too, bro. Love you too. 5th floor to 2nd floor, bro.
Yes, don't tell anybody. All right. That's between us. Okay.
Well, now you gotta share.
Drew Hall.
That's a Drew Hall story right there. That's all that is.
It connects all of us brothers at the bottom, like the letter V.
It really does. Talk about it.
Together. Howard University brought us all together.
Yes, it
Very
did.
much so.
Somebody coming from LA. What made you decide to go all the way across the country to Howard?
At the time, I was running away from home. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah. LA is a very interesting place, but as I saw when I was younger, a lot of people don't have the opportunity to leave. So if you ever get the chance to leave and live somewhere else, it can open up a brand new world for you. I've known people 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, never spent 2 weeks outside of LA.
I mean, it's really nice there, so I don't blame them.
Oh, yeah. My mother is one of them. I know she's probably nearby, so she's going to hate this, but she, outside of 3 weeks, she's never lived outside Los Angeles. And she's proud of it. Like, she'll tell me, she's like, bro, I'm a homebody.
That's real.
Like, this is what I know.
Know thyself. That's the name of the game right there. So.
Know thyself, know your personnel. Exactly, every time. But LA's home, and it's beautiful. It's perfect, honestly, in more ways than one. But it has its cons that go along with the pros. So, there's times where it gets annoying or it gets frustrating, but it's home, and I will die for it.
Those who ride for LA, like, really ride for LA. Like, immediately.
They gang for LA, like, they dead serious.
Everything associated with LA is usually like, I'll die for it. Like, really? You're gonna die for tacos?
Say, bro, if they that good, I mean,
tacos, smoothies, the beach, that people gonna die for. Venice Beach, they'll die for it. So yeah.
So, sir,
it's all the same.
Before we get started with the meat of this interview, we're gonna play a little game, and we're gonna get it popping. So we have a little game we call This or That. So we're gonna have 2 options.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you that this wasn't in the email sent to me beforehand.
You're absolutely right. It wasn't in the email, and that's how we do things here. We want you on your toes. We want you on your toes.
I'm sitting down, but I'll stand for y'all.
That's fine. I appreciate that. So in the game, this or
all right,
that,
let's do it. This or that.
There are 2 things that are named the same, and we're gonna go this or that. So now the first one, as per one of our co-hosts in the smart teal shirt right there. This or that. I need a girl part 1 or I need a girl part 2. This or that.
Part 1.
Talk about it.
Wait, part 1?
Nigga, it's always part 1.
It's the this.
So all y'all say part 1?
Yes.
I'll tell you why. Part one is the vibe. Part two is the party, and we love like the party songs, but it's one type of party. Whereas part one is two types of parties. I played part one at the turn up part, and I've also played it during the slow part. You know, it has way more versatility. If I can get a little more technical, part one is in a BPM range that's right. It's at 89, so it's right
89.
past.
That's slower than I thought.
Yeah, 89 BPM, so it's right past some and right before others. So it's 2 under Donk, 2 after Bad Girl by Usher. So it's right in a really good, like it's very versatile. You can put it on top of other stuff. Whereas the other one is 102, so it can only really be used for more upbeat party type arrangements. But
I love how you broke that down. Come on.
I really am glad.
Now you're making me want to think like, damn, that do make sense, huh? It is a little more versatile.
So when I was really, I still do this to this day, but it's a little harder now with a lot more music. But when I was really having to study my crates, you guys call them playlists, we call them crates, places where we arrange our music before we play them. When I was really studying them, I had to really memorize BPMs. So I would have my friends just yell out a song and BPM, it's on BPM, 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 BPM.
That's beats per minute for our listeners at home that are not aware of that term.
That is the measurement of music for a DJ. This is this fast. This is this slow. This is this fast. Now, sometimes they're in double time. So 70 and 140 are the same. But one might sound and the other might be yeah, so that's double time, and that's where a lot of that comes in at. But for the most part, we like I've set mine in between 68 and 135.
Okay.
Because if you double 68, what's that? 136.
Correct.
So that's like a perfect little range for me.
You better teach us something today. Come
on.
So then what is your favorite, in all of this now, what is your favorite beat per minute then? Like, do you have like a favorite number? You're like, if it's 96, it's about to be.
That shit gonna be
I'm glad you said 96 because it might be this is all gonna play into the questions you're gonna ask later, so I won't ruin it. But back that thing up to 96.
Now you know what's really crazy? You know what? We'll get there. All right.
Hot Girl is also 96.
Okay.
96 might be my favorite, and I just learned what this was.
Yeah, I Get Around by Tupac is also 96.
Oh, we know
that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's more there.
Okay.
Continue.
We got a couple more here.
This or that. Yeah.
No. Yep. This or that. Butterflies, Michael Jackson, Butterflies, Floetry. Now, maybe some people don't know this, but Marsha Ambrosius actually wrote it exactly, and did the reference track for it, which is what Floetry ended up making later.
Yeah, and for me, I have both versions.
As you should.
Floetry had the rare opportunity to write something for somebody, do the reference, have the legend himself do it, and then go after him, do it over, and then put it out.
That is kind of amazing.
That took some guts too, because I would have been nervous.
Not only did it take guts, but it also took, for lack of better phrasing, balls. Yeah, I hate
Moxie,
International Women's Month, but yeah, that's Moxie. The reason that phrase is used because everybody feels it. Like there's pain, there's also victory involved. But yeah, it took a lot of gumption, everything. It took a lot to get that done. So
this or that. This one's gonna be a little bit of newer music. This or that. Tiana Major, Think About You. JoJo, Think About You.
Does that count as new? Because JoJo's technically in the older artist, but I lean JoJo every time. I apologize, and I know we're just coming out of Black History Month, but I lean JoJo.
I mean, I get
sorry.
that. I'm not mad at you. I would say in this one, I like both.
And that's
those songs,
honestly a song I need to be playing more by both of them. But yeah, I lean JoJo.
We accept JoJo into the community.
We accept JoJo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's JoJo, Brittany. You feel me? As Bill Nye, Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. These are the acceptable whites that we cool with.
Colonel Sanders posthumously.
Right.
Not
Colonel Sanders,
death, but after death, not before.
You know his family owned slaves. They can't make chicken that well.
Do you want to know? Well. Do you want to know the real story about Colonel Sanders while we're here?
Is there really one? Yeah, drop it, bro. Yeah, I love that shit.
First off, bro, Colonel Sanders is a gangster. Colonel Sanders is not even a real colonel. He just won some competition, and they was calling this man the colonel. This man invented the cooking fried chicken in a pressure cooker with hella fried chickens, and then he didn't start he invented this method. Okay. So he didn't start like building KFCs everywhere. What he did, he was smart enough. He was like, you know what? Fry your chicken like this, and now this is a KFC.
So he just took over.
That's why KFC in Jamaica tastes so good.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's why KFC in Jamaica.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so KFC started out before it became unified, like unilateral across the board. Everybody, he taught it to everybody, and then what he didn't know is later on, everybody's putting a different flair on.
Okay, the more you know.
I'm really into fast food history, so.
But then why was it called Kentucky Fried Chicken though?
Was he from Kentucky?
He was from Kentucky. Okay, just checking. Yeah. Right.
I mean, he wasn't a colonel, so we just had to make sure he was.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. Yeah,
he's not a real colonel. He actually like got into a gunfight and all kind of other like boy, a gangster. I got a
gunfight over chicken.
Yeah, no, over something else.
I mean, like, we've seen it with the Popeyes chicken sandwich, so don't act like it's unheard of.
They tried to like take his store from him or something like that. And he had to really get that. He had to stand his ground.
This happened in Florida? The fuck? What?
Florida.
No, this was like 100 and some years ago.
Okay.
So it was a while.
It's Wild Wild West out there.
Okay. Well, we got two more.
You got to remember. Okay, go ahead.
I mean,
I'll do fast food history later. We're good.
we'll have you back on for that.
We're going to have to bring you on another episode to talk about fast food.
Look,
all right.
I've been ready for some interviews. Boy.
All right. We have This or That. Stay by Jodeci. Stay by Neo. You know the correct answer. Jodeci, come on now. Let's be
there is a right and wrong here.
I mean, Neo's great. We love him.
We love him.
Well, maybe I got the wrong answer.
God damn.
I was going with Neo all day.
Oh, Lord. We know you're a Neo super fan.
I mean, that's a good one. I mean, we're like, baby, won't you stay?
Come on. There is a right and wrong answer.
Oh, no.
You guys are hilarious. It's Jodeci and it's by a country mile. That shouldn't have been a question, but
like by a country mile.
I think that question was more hilarious to just laugh at. I love Neo. Don't get me wrong. Right. Pen will last 100 centuries. You feel me? But not a chance. Not a chance.
Y'all tripping? That Neo, he did what needed to be done.
I mean, it was fresh. Don't get us wrong, but like
it was cool. Like, look, okay. So earlier I was on Twitter, right, and then they had her and Daniel Caesar singing "Nothing Even Matters," you know, and they were talking about, and they were talking about how well Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo sang it because they weren't as good as singers as her and Daniel Caesar, but they make the song sound that much better.
Hold up. So they were saying that D'Angelo is not as good a singer as Daniel Caesar.
Comparatively, they were saying Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo together were not as good of a singing couple as her and Daniel Caesar.
That's trash.
We will discuss that for
I've literally heard all those four people live. That's trash, but okay.
I'm pretty sure they're talking technicals, but neither here nor there.
Right, whatever.
Neither here nor there. What I will say is that we all prefer the original.
Right.
But even after hearing X amount of people do it, it don't matter who do it, who superstars. Pavarotti could do it. It don't matter. You understand? Like these people have sung this song into another dimension, and it's not coming back. So
Now,
some songs are just, like.
You're not wrong. No, not at all. Now, for this one, these aren't really alike, but they serve the same purpose. So this or that, back that ass up or pop that.
Oh. Now the question is which pop that, but I know the answer already. Okay, it's the French Montana. Correct. The answer is Juvenile. There's few records in life better than that one. There's so many things to just explain about the record too, but French Montana had to do a remake of an already made, very well done twerk record by someone, pre-Juvenile, and the record is good, but the record is propped up by having these 4 verses by these guys seemingly in their peak. Now, the Juvenile record is pretty much 3 verses of Juvenile, Manny Fresh, Lil Wayne. And I want to say this is the first big record that goes over for Lil Wayne in a major way. Sonically, the record blends so many genres across the board. Like, a lot of people don't even know that that's an actual bounce record too.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Like, that's bounce music, like 100%. If you go inside the drum pattern, you will find a sample of Trigger Man. Trigger Man is an old New York song that New Orleans people sped up in the 80s. I want to say Manny Fresh is the originator of this, but don't quote me on it. New Orleans people sped it up in the 80s. It's by the Showboys. It's called Drag Rap, and in parentheses it's called Trigger Man. And they sped it up. It's the do 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 boop boop. And then once that bass line comes in, they speed it up from 80 something BPMs to around like 100, 105, something like that. And that's where you get one of the very first bounce beats. Later on, you get something called the brown beat. And then like 2 or more. Bounce is kind of like Jersey Club. Mm-hmm. There isn't many alterations of the beat. Like they don't want you to make it super complex. Like, that's when you start messing it up. If it go outside
we have a problem.
Yeah, like, people are gonna be like, this is not registering. It's not registering. So it's like the same way disco was 4 on the floor, bounces, brown beat, Trigger Man, these different elements. The same way Baltimore, Jersey, Philly club have. But yes, the answer is Juvenile. By far.
Always.
Another country mom.
The only reason I put that on here is because, like, I've seen other debates on Twitter about this, and they're saying that Juvenile has kind of dated now. Because, like, okay, now let me explain. Yeah, right. I would say that, right. But they're saying because of the younger kids, they hear it and don't know what the hell it is. Right.
That's their problem.
Right. And I would think that, and you would think that. But it became a whole debate, and I was like, interesting.
Let it get on TikTok. They'll create some dances too. It'll go viral
again. Let me kill this right now, because there's a song out right now called Gallus.
Oh yeah.
Which is a half dance hall, fake Afrobeat inspired version of Back Then I Said. See, what they would be saying would be true if the Juvenile record wouldn't have kept getting made over and over and over and over and over. Correct. You're from Texas, Leslie, correct? Mm-hmm. So you're familiar with Carmen Sandiego, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Ball With Me, one of the first remakes. You understand? And this is a young woman singing on the record, singing and rapping on the record. Then you, like, later on, there's more people that do remixes, but Drake famously does Practice on his album. Mm-hmm. People have tried to remake this record 80 different ways.
Division and Ty Dolla on they
they did it too
last year.
A lot of people sample even just a little piece of it. They always do.
Boy, all right, this or that, and this.
I mean, actually, come through.
Well, actually,
I'm an hour away. So what's up?
No, yeah, I'm gonna, when I hit my little meeting in 2 weeks, I'll line you so we can have lunch or something.
Okay.
Where you at?
I'm in Temple, so I'm out.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Well, that does conclude This or That. Thank you for playing,
Lovely.
contestants. We appreciate that. We really do. And I think now we can jump right into some questions, because we do have some questions for the man of the hour, Mr. Too Sweet to Be Sour, I do believe.
Okay. Yeah. Flash and fly, catch a whole time.
Every time.
Let's go. Okay. I'm here for that. But, you know, when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a DJ, right? But I feel like everybody and their mama at that age wanted to be a DJ. You know, like 5 songs.
Me included. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, look, because I had the choice. I'm probably messing your story up. I had a choice when I was like
leading into the question.
15, 16 to like choose DJing or production. And like I chose DJing for a little bit, but I was like, I'll tell you how my gay friend's been telling me it wasn't giving. You understand? Like,
it wasn't giving what it's supposed to give.
No. They've truncated it to a point where it's like, if you don't even say the what it's supposed to give part, that's how you know it really wasn't giving.
Goddamn.
Like, it just wasn't giving anything.
Okay.
No life. But looking back on what had happened then, like I wasn't able to enjoy it because it would have taken me much more to make it happen. Whereas when I picked production, I kind of caught a little fire. You know, I was making a couple little beats. You know, I got so happy with this one beat I made. It was on my voicemail for like 2 years. My mother hated me, swear. Like she did not like me during that point of time. But I mean, she loved me obviously, but she was waiting for that to be over. Definitely waiting for that to be over. Like, imagine calling your son and then like beep. Like, I still remember this beat to this day, and they lucky I can't find it, because I would have been like, boy, that would have been my voice.
I was about to say, bro, send it on. We will play it.
No, I got some rap songs around here, but I don't have none of the beats I made. I'm upset about it. I do have some of the beats I made from like 10 years ago, but that shit don't count because I was already DJing. So,
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to be a DJ too. It was looking cool. It was looking sweet.
You feel like everybody in that age group, you're like, yeah, this is nothing to be a DJ. That shit is so much harder than I ever.
Well, I luckily never had not undersold it, but never over undersold it, because I myself was a musician, and luckily we're in. You know what? Let's see what this camera do. Hold on. Let's see what this camera do real quick. We are in my very first DJ booth.
Oh, no,
oh shit! That is a beautiful piano, by the way.
Piano.
Mm-hmm. Also, can you play the piano? Because that thing's beautiful. Damn.
Yeah, I played for 13 years.
Oh wow!
Talk about things you never know.
Go ahead, give us
music always been in your like.
Yeah, that was I was playing since I was like 5, 6 years old. I was doing recitals twice a year, Spotlight Awards, Walt Disney Concert Hall, all that stuff, playing for money at one point. But it was something I was not forced to do. But you know, when you're younger and your parents put you on something and they like, you know, you gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right.
No, you gonna do this. And then after a while, you kind of like start liking it a little bit. You like, maybe I will. But then, you know, you realize later, like, maybe I like it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being able to choose something like DJing allowed me to love it. A lot of people don't understand the factor that choosing is in loving something. Like, you choose a partner, you love them. I chose you. I love you. I chose you. I prepared space for you in my life. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, once that DJing, that was college. But once that DJing started, it was a wrap. It was true love. That's my baby.
Aww.
So would you call it your vocation? So would you call it your vocation at that point?
What, piano or DJing?
DJing.
Yeah, that's how I make a living.
Well, no. I don't mean just strictly how you make a living, because they say like you got to have a job, you got to pay the bills. Like a career is something you kind of set on your path, but then like a vocation is kind of like what your calling is,
Your
like what
passion.
you've really been exactly.
I'm still young, even though I never thought I'd live this long. This is a long story, short story, but I'm still young. I'm only 31, so I can't tell you, like, bro. I can't tell you. I can't guarantee. Like, I know music has been a part of my life for 25-ish years or whatever, but so has church. Church has been a part of it for 30. Like, I used to spend 6 days in church, 7th being Sunday. So, like, there's been times where I've known, like, you know, I've had them dreams where it was like, I'm in the robe, I'm giving the sermon. Then the other dream where I'm collecting the money, like passing the money to the junior deacons. Like,
can I ask what you were preaching about in this dream?
Forgiveness always.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Forgiveness, because forgiveness is God's love, and
won't He do it?
It's unifying, even though everybody doesn't need to be forgiven. That's another long story, short story. But yeah, so there were a few things in my life that were consistent, and those two are one of them: music and church. Because my mother also is in the choir.
Okay.
And
so I was just gonna ask where your musical influences come from. Like, clearly somebody in your house played the piano.
No, actually, I'm the first piano player in my household. Yep.
That's dope. That's real dope.
My father, much older than me, and also older than my mother by a little bit. That was his second wife, but they were both church people. So my mother sang in the choir, but she didn't play no music or nothing like that. So all her introduction to music was through singing, through choir, through that. A main influence for me personally was seeing my Aunt Barbara. She's a virtuoso. She passed away a couple years ago, but she was really a virtuoso. So like, she played a few instruments, but she could play that piano until her fingers fell off. She could sing, she could direct a choir, she could write music, she could perform music, she could read music, everything. She used to perform with the Beatles, Shaka Khan, like her best friend. Like, she was a living legend. Like, anytime you watch them big Bobby Jones gospel things where they would have the choirs and them colorful outfits all at Disneyland, that was on Barbara.
What's her name?
She did
Barbara what?
Barbara Allen. She did like 50 of them.
Okay.
Wow.
I remember before she passed away, we was at her house out in Yorba Linda, right? She took out a vinyl, like from the Beatles tour that she went on or something like that, and they gave it to her. They signed every page of it.
Wow.
Really?
All 4 of them.
Every page of it.
Wow.
Every page of it.
Ringo,
So it was
George,
just like,
John, Paul.
yeah, you just gotta understand who you messing with sometimes. You gotta understand who you messing with. You know, like, that's they not regular. She's not regular. These people not regular. She didn't seen some things. She didn't been outside.
Did she ever tell you a Shaka Khan story? I'm sorry. I'm just asking.
No, like,
we need to know. We need to know.
No. I don't have no dirt on Shaka Khan, but I'll tell you like this. I do
don't
remember
have to be dirt. It could just be a regular ass.
I know what
we had tea.
I know people looking for when they ask for a Shaka Khan story. But I will say this: a very nice lady, eccentric as hell, and I seen her hair big as a MF walking down through the church office building into the choir room where they was rehearsing. Walk in, belt some stuff out, blah, 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 this and that, say her piece, dip out. Oh, man, that's a force. It's a force of nature.
Chicago's finest right there. Hometown hero.
Yeah, hey, Black Panther.
Talk about it. Yes.
Oh. All right.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah,
Chicago's very much in the party, man. Oh, yeah.
Very much so. Mm-hmm. Black Panther, and I think she...
What's going on? What's happening? Welcome back, guys. So we want to give a shout out again to our special guest, Mr. CHUBB E SWAGG, for stopping by. And he had a dip set on us. You know, the life of a DJ is a busy one. I know he's spinning a track somewhere right now. I can feel it. I can feel my spirit. But since today is the music episode, we thought we'd take a different approach for recess today. And we just want to put some shine on the millennials that have been doing the thing, like the top 10 millennials in music, like so far up to this point. Now, again, somebody could emerge and eclipse all these niggas, but I doubt that. And I feel like this is a good base right now. So I'm going to drop some names here and y'all can tell me if you agree. So now what I did for these names is I looked at their album sales. I looked at #1 singles. I thought about cultural impact so far. And, you know, just music that we absolutely vibe to. How many hits they got, you know? Like, so where are they at in our phones? So I'm going to drop some names here and you guys are going to let me know what you think, okay? Now, they're not really in any particular order, but I'm trying to keep the heavy hitters for the last 5. So here we go. So the first one we're going to name is Mr. Justin Bieber. That is the first one on the list.
I know. I get it.
Right. I didn't really want to do it, but when I started to look back and check it against other people's stats, I was like, damn. But you know what? Wait, but we should do the honorable mention first. So let me shout out the honorable mention real quick. So we're gonna do before we get to number 9, we're gonna shout out some honorable mentions real quick. Shout out to Lil Wayne. Shout out to Migos.
Okay.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar and Mr. J. Cole. And
then
there
was gonna be on there.
And then Selena Gomez.
Okay.
I didn't really want to do it, but when I started to look at stuff and I was like, God damn, don't really gotta include her.
I
kind of did.
She was what, a Nickelodeon kid?
Well, not even just that. Like she actually had the most followers on Instagram for like the longest time. And
it didn't like Kylie beat her or somebody like that.
Yeah. And then like now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He has like 400 million followers. Shit is crazy. Like
he's a soccer player.
Yes, very much so. And but the thing is that like if you look at like her concert sales and everything else, like Homegirl was really doing it. So like, you know, shout out to Selena. Go ahead, girl.
Shout out to Selena.
Yeah, and yeah, okay, we'll stop.
You look like you don't want to say that name, whatever you look at.
Because I feel bad kind of putting her in the honorable mention, but like I feel like the other people have been more impactful culture-wise. So I'm gonna say this, and people are gonna say me whatever, but it's
like Kesha.
It's Ariana Grande.
I think Ariana be on the list because I was gonna mention
right. But more recently, these other people have a little more meat in for them. But we're gonna go through.
Why people don't like Ariana? Because she looks like donut?
No. I like her.
She's her heart out. You can't even run on Ariana.
She looked one little donut when she was drunk. Now everybody be turning against her.
What did she do?
No, we forgot about that.
What did she do?
A donut.
She was like another country at a donut shop, licking the donuts and putting them back.
Like took a finger and like wiped in the donut and licked it. And it was like
drugs will do that. Yeah, take drugs. That happens. She's small. She's a real tiny human. She only need a little bit of drugs, and that's why she got off.
We don't know if she was on anything allegedly. We can't say that. So
I'm just saying, if she was inebriated, I get it. I understand. I get it. I've been there. I ain't licked no damn donuts, but I understand. Okay, so there's one more name, The Weeknd. I had to replace him because he was on the list. He was top 10. He was for sure there. But then I forgot that I didn't include this other lady's name, and I was like, oh, I'm an asshole. So yeah, The Weeknd is honorable mention as well. Now,
I'll pass on The Weeknd. I think I know 3 Weeknd songs, but they're probably the same song.
Yeah, but when you perform at the Super Bowl, I feel like that's noteworthy.
I love The Weeknd better when
you were the headliner. You were the headliner.
Yeah, I've seen him perform live. I mean, he's very now he's very like you know, that type of music, because like at Howard he was more like emo, more mellow when he was underground.
Right, he was singing Dirty Diana and shit and everything.
Yeah, I love that Weeknd more than this Weeknd.
Those were all pop tunes anyway. He just hadn't fully transformed.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, the whites love him, so I can understand why he's on the list.
He's on the list, man. He's on the list.
Makes sense.
But here we go. All right. Coming in at number 9, we have Taylor Swift.
I would have thought she would have been higher. So, you know.
I don't got no Taylor Swift comment either.
I have to mention her.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. Of course, Taylor Swift. Like, hello.
Okay. All right. Coming in at number.
So, question, you're just there's no particular order.
There's no really particular order, but like I did have to like count them down. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, how is there no order, but we're at number 9?
Well, because
That's
there's 10 names on there. There's 10 names on the list that really have made the most impact. And we're talking in terms of culture, we're talking in terms of sales, we're talking in terms of just wide reach, international appeal. These 10 people, these millennials, really have done all of those things. Now, the other people that I have named have done those things, but I feel like these people have done just a little bit more than they have. They have been around a little longer.
Mm-hmm. But what he's saying is it's not like this number one is number one. He's just saving the best for last type of thing.
Right. That makes more sense, Leslie. I still was confused, but I was just I was like, you literally did not answer any question that I asked, but okay.
I literally answered every question that you asked just because you didn't receive my answer. That's another thing.
That's so funny.
That's okay.
Thanks, Leslie.
You're welcome. Here to help.
All right. Anyway. All right. We're going to bring number 8 in at Miss Rihanna, Miss Robin Rihanna Fenty.
Yep.
That's who we're bringing in.
Do that.
Now, in terms of like
Rihanna billionaire Fenty, come on.
Yep, she's getting there. Oh yeah.
Billionaire baby bump.
Yes, I'm saying now in terms of like sales and stuff, then maybe like in terms of like hits music wise, she did have the most number ones for a while, you know. So and then definitely there, but she hasn't put out stuff in a while, obviously, so she's not going to be like as relevant. But I'm saying the other things that she's doing outside of music, it can't be ignored. I mean, I feel like who hasn't bought a pair of Savage something, you know?
We know you have. You made it quite clear on here.
I've made a purchase or two, one or two.
Not mad at it.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. That was number 7. That was number 7. Yeah, because we had the Biebs. No. This is number 7. Justin Timberlake is number 7. Excuse me. And he is a millennial by the cusp of his teeth, but I can't ignore what he did with NSYNC and in the times that he's been solo and able to have staying power and just come back like that. Like he put the CD out right now, a tour goes out right now, a Vegas residency goes out right now. It's selling out.
And it's to be like his 2020 CD or whatever, the 2020 experience like that. I would go see versus that like lumberjack stuff he put out.
I don't want to see that shit. The Man in the Woods. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, what was that?
Well, you know, the thing is that when you do something for so long, it's like, well, I want to do something else now. I'm from Tennessee. So
we didn't ask for that, Justin.
Right. But I get it, bro. That's what you had to do. I get it. You know, whatever
you wanted to do. You ain't have to do it. He
wanted to perform in a country space. I can't be mad at the man. That's his business. That's his business. I'm not going to hate on the
flannel on and everything.
I'm just not going to listen to it. That's just all there is to it.
That's
just all there is to it. And we're going to bring number 6, Mr. Christopher Brown.
Yep. Very accurate. Very accurate.
Cannot talk about millennials without Mr. Chris Brown. Do you know that since he's been out, he has had a single in the top 100? Like he has not left the top 100.
90 a year, so I'm pretty sure he had one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. At first, he didn't do that. He was still, you know, in the regular dogma of like like the industry putting out a single here and there or whatever.
He got 40 song CDs.
I mean, that first one with 56 songs when they brought out the little bonus track and everything. Oh my God, that was magical. That CD was magical, wasn't it?
Chris don't miss. I'll say
really don't. And anybody's song he gets on, is it not a fucking hit?
It is.
Like it has the potential, at least. It has the potential.
Banger. He's gonna be in Houston next weekend. I might have to pop out. We'll see.
I'm not mad at you. I may pop
on a good show.
Okay, so we're gonna bring number 5 in, Mr. B Mars, Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
I was like, B Mars. Who that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now Bruno, I included him more so just because of his writing and so his behind the scenes, and then his emergence as becoming this international superstar. And then I feel like Bruno kind of reinvents himself with every CD. And you don't have a lot of like male performers that do that. So definitely shout out to Bruno for that one.
Yeah,
can't really go wrong with
my
that.
biggest regret of 2018 is not going to his concert, and now he's too expensive.
I've seen Bruno like two times. Yeah, I need to see him a few more because and then he's with Anderson .Paak right now. Who does
going to Vegas to see their residency?
I may just have to. I don't even fuck with Vegas like that, but I may have to pop up on that.
I'm trying to go to Usher's residency, but I was just in Vegas, last fall. So I'm like, do I feel like going?
I'm gonna be in Vegas with some wide collars on, looking like the 70s. They're gonna think I'm in their backup band.
That would be perfect. Please do that. Actually,
you know what's really funny? So the first time I saw Bruno was the second time. I don't remember, but anyway, right? So I had on like these red, the red pants I used to have, like they were like some red like jeans or whatever, and I had like on my cheetah shirt, right? So I just wore that there and some gold and black shoes, simple, right? That's just my normal fit, right? Did you tell me why his fucking backup singers had the exact same thing I had on?
Oh, you should have like went down to like the
stage.
Like,
tell me why every older lady stopped and was like, "Oh my God, are you with the band?"
That's
Like
so funny.
literally, I'm just going to the bathroom. They're like, "Oh my god, can you get us back?" No, no. I'm watching the show too. I'm watching the show. They literally had on damn near exactly what I had on. It was the wildest thing ever. Like, I guess
you should
that's where
try to get on stage, Tristan. They would have let you.
I doubt it, but it was where I was supposed to.
And you
be.
can sing. You should have been like, I'm supposed to be on stage.
I was with my lady at the time, so I couldn't really do all of that. You know, I couldn't leave her.
Should have been probably. She probably would have threw her panties on stage.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm gonna do on Friday, y'all.
What's going on Friday?
I'm gonna see my Wale.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't he already have a pair? If that's your boo?
Fair question.
Everyone didn't see me giving some, you know.
Oh, of course. You got to do it in public. All right.
You going to Philly?
No, DC.
I thought he already went to DC. Oh no! I lied. He was in Houston. Never mind. I lied.
He lives there. He should go there as often as possible.
Because I don't tolerate Wale slander. But go ahead.
Not slander. It's just true. The nigga lives there. Anyway. Okay. Next on our list, coming in, I believe at number 4, Miss Stephanie Girl-Mata, better known as Lady Gaga.
Oh, I was gonna say who?
Who the fuck is that?
Lady Gaga. Her real name is Stephanie Girl-Mata. I never knew her real name. Oh, okay.
Her name is Stephanie what? She is
Stephanie Girl-Mata.
Girl-Mata? She's Italian?
She's Italian, yes.
Mm-hmm. I can see it. I can see it being Italian.
But Gaga has to be on there, if nothing else, because I feel like she fills that Madonna space. Because, like, if you look at this list, like, everybody has parallels to somebody, like, from the past. Like, every last one of them. And Gaga really fills that space. I mean, talking about international appeal, making your own, like, style. Like, talking about having, like, low-key disciples. You know, so it's
if I saw a picture of Lady Gaga like barefaced or something or regular,
you wouldn't know
who she was.
I mean,
but I know the music.
It wasn't until the movie. What the movie she did with what's the name?
5'2".
She was in a movie.
Star Was Born.
Star Was Born. You know, that's a remake. That's actually a remake. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a remake. Yeah, but when I saw that, I'm like, oh, so that's what she looks like all bare down, you know. And even then, she still had, you know, makeup stuff on. But it's like, oh, okay, because her look does change a lot, and you'd be like, what does she look like? Like what?
Yeah.
I love it. I remember when she first,
the way her look be changing, like damn.
When she first got big, like people were like, "Are you really gonna buy this CD?" Like I remember my ex at the time was like, "Are you gonna buy this CD?" I was like, "Yes, I am." Lady Gaga is about to fucking pop, and she's gonna be here for a minute. She don't have no staying power. I was like, "Oh word, okay." And look at her now. Look at her now.
Yeah, here she been.
I'm just saying. All right, so we're gonna bring number 3, Mr. Aubrey Drake Graham.
Yeah,
right.
Sounds about right.
I'm surprised that wasn't number 1.
Well, low key, he is the most successful rapper of all time at this point. I mean, barring Grammy wins, that would be like Kanye. But like in terms of like numbers, appeal and like number ones and the sales and the streams and then like tours and everything else, like he is kind of the greatest rapper of all time right now. It's kind of like Tom Brady. It's like it's by default right now because I gotta say this because of your rings. So like I'm not happy about it, but it's what doing it is. It's true. Yeah. It's whatever. I don't know what to tell you, man. But shout out to Drake though. Shout out to Drizzy. He's good. He's good. He's very good.
Okay, solid.
I just know Beyonce gonna be number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
You're gonna make it number 2 now just because I said that.
No, number 2 is Adele.
Okay.
Okay, so Beyonce is definitely number 1 then.
Yes, Beyonce is number 1. Damn, could y'all let some suspense happen? God damn.
Not Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. Oh, I should have shouted out Nicki Minaj because I had forgot originally that she is that actual age range. But yeah, Nicki Minaj definitely is an honorable mention that I missed out on for sure.
Yeah.
But yes, Adele and Beyonce really kind of share that number 1 spot just because they kind of operate in different spaces. You know, and like they really are just as big. Like if one says I'm gonna do something, like it happens. You know,
we gotta give it to Beyonce because Adele would give it to Beyonce. Just
correct.
Like she did her Grammy.
Correct.
Like,
exactly.
Exactly. What she's had on her.
In terms of like star power, like dancing and performing and all that,
and longevity.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
About Adele for like 6 years.
Right. I told you this weekend we had a whole little Destiny's Child marathon. We're literally watching every single video from start to finish, showing our appreciation. So definitely Beyonce number 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good list. I agree with that list. Yeah.
I don't think I missed anybody. Like there were people that like definitely contributed to our place, but they were born outside of the time frame. So you have people like Kanye West, you know, like a Jay-Z, something like that. Technically, they're born. You were born in the 70s. I did not include you in this list.
Right.
Or like Billie Eilish, she's born too late. Definitely include her in this list. So,
and that's why I was asking. I was like, are the people supposed to be millennials, or are we supposed to enjoy them during our time? But I agree 1,000% with the list that you presented. So,
yeah, like a couple other names you could have maybe thrown in there now, just because he's gotten big. Maybe like a Post Malone, maybe a J Belvin.
Post kind of been kind of quiet the last like year or so. I ain't really heard.
He's working on the TV thing now. I think he has, because I've seen, he has like some type of show or whatever on YouTube, and I think maybe some Vice or whatever.
Oh,
and then like you have like a Bad Bunny.
Is that White Iverson?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm okay. That was a good song, but I'm okay.
I'm just saying he has other tunes. Like you wouldn't be checking for him, but I'm just saying they exist. That's all I'm getting at. Or like even like a Her, love Her, but again, too young. You know. So. But yeah, I think this is the complete list. But I'm gonna run down the top 10 one more time here. We got Jay Timberlake, we got Taylor Swift, we got Rihanna, we got Justin Bieber, we got Bruno Mars, we got Chris Brown, we got Lady Gaga, we got Drizzy Drake, we got Adele, and then of course the queen herself, Miss Beyonce. Those, I feel like these are the top 10 millennials, man. They are in music. Fight me on it. Fight me. or just we can just have a regular discussion about it. We can talk.
Or that.
I don't think anybody would fight you on it. I think it was pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just feel like somebody gonna be like, man, how you gonna not put Lil Wayne on there, or how you not gonna put Ariana on there? I'm like, bro, I mean, just look at the shit, bro. Just look at it. Look at all the information. It'll come to you.
Yeah, they were included. Just technically not top 10, but they were included.
Like they top 20. They top all the rest of top 20.
Yeah, top 15.
I mean, we got
top 18.
We got a few more names than that. But,
top 17. Okay.
Somewhere around there. Anyway, so we do agree with this list. Like we feel like this is the one.
Yep.
Okay.
We can post it and feel confident about it.
All right, I like that.
Especially with that top 5, I already knew that was gonna be it.
Well, I mean, because you had to, because there's only so many names that can be in there. Like, who the fuck else was gonna be?
Bow Wow.
Girl.
Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna move right on. So
Bow Wow, my top 5, dead or alive. Just throwing that out there.
Bow Wow is your top.
That was on your top 5, dead or alive?
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
I don't know, because I feel like Wale is on yours.
What the fuck Wale got to do with Bow Wow? Let's just go.
I just feel like one has more commercial success, and it's not Wale.
She gets so defensive.
Are you upset I didn't put Wale on the list?
Look at her shaking. Her leg.
Black girl, let her leg shake my leg.
That little leg shake.
Yeah, his name escaped me. I'm sorry, my bad. That's on me.
Okay, we can move on.
He can be on your top 5 dead or alive list. Give him.
Yes.
Okay. Well, actually, that's a good point. So now, to close this out, we, those may be the top ones in terms of sale, commercial success, all the things they've done, affecting the culture and all that. But like, what's your top 5 dead or alive? Like, who do you consider your favorite musicians of all time, dead or alive? Don't matter any time frame. Like, you could be like, I want to put Ella Fitzgerald on my list. You could do that. I don't think you will, but you could do it. So we're gonna start with Sean. We're gonna go to the DMV.
I knew y'all was gonna start with me because I got.
You was talking big shit a minute ago. So then, come on, drop your list.
My list is comprised. Like, people made my list for different reasons. Okay, just throwing that out there. Not because they're the best vocalist, but they could be the best songwriter, the best entertainers for me, whatever that may be. That said, my top 5 in no particular order: Tupac, Mariah Carey, Wale, Erykah Badu, and Neo.
Interesting.
That's a solid list.
That is a solid list. I've seen
these are people whose albums I can listen to straight through. A couple of their albums.
Which Mariah album?
Emancipation of Mimi, the best album ever written.
Okay. I just want to know. I knew you were gonna say that.
Emancipation of Mimi is probably my favorite album.
Okay. I just thought maybe there was another album by Mariah that you might want to throw out, but that's cool.
All of them, really, but
Okay.
What's the one she had this song with Eminem?
The one with Obsessed on it. Why are you so obsessed?
Mariah Carey made a diss song against Eminem. Talk about fucking greatness.
And then remember she sued that man for wasting her time. She's the queen of petty. I love it. And won. I love
it. All of those reasons put Mariah in my top. Neo is an amazing songwriter. Wale goes without saying. Tupac goes without saying. And Erykah Badu goes without saying,
Fat Belly Bella. Okay.
Fat Belly Bella.
Okay. I like that list. That's good.
Medulla oblongata.
What you got?
So same reasons you gave, like people I can listen to over and over again, the albums, just they have that thing that just draws you in, that you just love about them. So of course Mariah was on my list as well. Mariah is like my all-time favorite. I freaking love everything she puts out.
Everything.
Whitney, yes, even when it was a little shaky there for a
Okay,
time.
look, I want to.
But those are live performances. We talking about her actual like songs that she records and puts out. So
okay, hey, look,
those always sound great. Whitney Houston, of course. Like I can sing Whitney down, even though I can't sing. I will sing Whitney down. Not that face.
You gotta make that face every time
you was like, you about to sneeze or orgasm.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, because you gotta really feel that note. Because you gotta feel that note. That first note is very important.
Boys to Men. I grew up listening to them. My mama always played them, so I literally know all their songs. And listen to them over and over.
Who's your favorite Boys to Men? Who's your favorite boy to man?
I mean, it was Wanye for a time, but like last year he got really petty with like Candy and like some Instagram stuff, and it was just like, why you acting like that? You too old to be this petty and like loud and wrong. So I'm just like a little like but all his kids can sing. I love his family, what he's doing with them. So I still got appreciation for him. Shout out to Wanye and the rest of Boys to Men. Okay. So I was struggling with this one because it's like so many people to like just whittle it down to 5. So of course I wanted to definitely include like Michael / Janet as like a duo, but which there'll be my honorable mention, right? When I think about like who I can just listen to over and over again, relate to the songs, who I was just loved growing up and throughout becoming, a woman in maturation. Destiny's Child. Hello. I was just telling y'all, we really have this whole appreciation for them. I'm literally like singing every word, like, oh my God, I remember when I saw this video and
You said they helped you become a woman?
I mean, we grew up with them, we were little girls, and then, we grew up with them, right? As they became women.
He was a young teenager talking about doing a little.
Exactly. That Writings on the Wall CD, I was in 5th grade.
Nah, man, you gotta be younger than that. They came out in 99.
I know, but when I like really heard, because
okay, I got you. Okay.
So growing up, my mom played like, like I said, the Boyz II Men, the Whitney, the Barry Whites and stuff like that. But when it came to like Christmas, when they actually got CDs, it was a lot of like NSYNC, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees. So it wasn't until I was in 5th grade, my sister's best friend had like a little slumber party with us, and then our other cousin, like we just had like a little girl's slumber party at her house, and I remember she played that CD like on repeat, and that's how I like learned the songs. That was my first time listening to it. After that, we went to Circuit City and got our own Writings on the Wall CD. So it's like that was like our like introduction to listen to more like R&B, and more Black music and stuff like that. Besides what mom was already playing. And so my last one, y'all already know.
Is it Sammy?
No, it's not.
Oh God, thank you.
People honorable mention, but no, it's not. Y'all know who it is.
Is it Pretty Ricky?
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't know that was Pretty Ricky.
I was listening to them this weekend on my drive to from Houston. I was listening to the Millennial tour playlist, and so every time it came on, I was like,
I was about to say, did you go full Blue Stars, or did you go? Like,
I do. I typically listen to Blue Stars when I'm driving, but I felt like I wanted to like switch it up, so I listened to the playlist. But of course, like 5 or 6 of those songs from Blue Stars was on there, plus Hotline. So. I got my Blue Stars time in. So
what is like your favorite Pretty Ricky? I know your favorite like karaoke song for Pretty Ricky, but like what is your favorite one to like just sing? Because I know for me it's like Tipsy. Shorty Be Mine. Shorty say, would you be mine? That's the one. That's the one. Interesting.
I'm not a cheater, heartbreaker, and deceiver. Okay, y'all know I'll go off on a whole tangent for Ricky, but yeah.
You should tweet them. Tell them how you feel.
I should. Well, you remember when I met, Pleasure P, we were late to that concert, and I had a whole attitude. But then I got to meet Pleasure P, take a picture with them. I got to hug him.
Did you have Marcus's number still?
I know he never gave me his number.
Oh, okay.
Just saying. He's a grandpa now.
I don't think it would be that deep.
All right, my list is more old school. I'm gonna start with number 1 is Prince. I just felt like I can't have a list and construct a list of my favorite 5 without putting Prince on there.
Of course,
he's Prince.
It would be right.
Number 2 would be Queen, the band Queen, specifically more so Freddie Mercury, just because I really enjoy his voice. Like that was a great movie. That was a good movie, Bohemian Rhapsody was really good. I know a lot of people were like, well, it wasn't accurate and all that. I'm like, yeah, but bro, it was a good ass movie. Like
oh my gosh, he played Freddie down. Like that was a great movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Now, subsequently, anytime I see him now, I'm just like, damn, that's Freddie Mercury doing something else. Like he was in that movie with Denzel, Little Things. I was like, look, Freddie Mercury as a cop.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I watched that movie. Yeah.
Next up would be Mr. Kanye West. Yay.
I knew he was gonna be on your list. Of
Yay.
course.
He is. Come on now, man. What can I say about Ye that hasn't been said already? People want to spit on that man's name, but they shouldn't because the man's a fucking genius. Love it.
Did you watch the Genius doc? Did you finish it?
I started it. I haven't finished it yet. Honestly,
we'll finish it for next week's show and discuss it.
Exactly. Because I was sitting down and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to finish all this because I want to hit all those all the way through. So
yeah. It was good though. They the two guys who filmed it, they got 30 million from Netflix for it.
I'm sure they did. That was a valuable property right there.
That's a slow burn. You know, you do all this for like 20 plus years and then it finally like, you know, pays off type of thing. Like that's shout out to them.
I mean, that's some genius shit right there. I mean, literally, he last danced us and we didn't even know. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see where we said that was 3. Oh yes, number 4 would be D'Angelo.
Okay.
Love D'Angelo.
That's on brand.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
It's definitely on brand for me for sure. I mean, you can't go wrong with D'Angelo. I mean, sweet melodies. When I finally saw him live, I had been waiting 15 years to do so. It was a good day. Because he only puts out an album like every 15 years. So like I don't know when I'm gonna get the next one. He might be 60. So I got something for it.
Probably.
And the last on my list, I was back and forth about this, but the internet.
Oh, solid. What's your favorite internet song?
My favorite internet song? God damn, they have so
I've seen them in concert so many times.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've definitely seen them the most out of any band I've ever seen.
Yeah,
out of all my favorite one, probably Palace Curse.
Okay.
Because like
Special Affair is my favorite.
Special Affair is good. Special Affair is the song I play. If you've never heard the internet, I will always play Special Affair for you first.
And then you be like, that's the one.
Right. And then you might get into Girl or some other shit. Okay, so it'd be tied between Curse, Palace, and then Just Gets Better with Time.
Okay, solid choices.
I like the Sizzler album that she dropped when she went solo for a second.
Body, I think it was called.
I'm waiting for another one to come out.
Sizzler.
Sid when she dropped her.
I thought you said she dropped a Sizzler album. I'm like, what the fuck? What does that mean? What is a Sizzler?
Sid's album.
Sid is good. I love Sid, man. Sid has some great bangers. Body was crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Getting Late, the one on the Queen and Slim soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that was a good soundtrack. That entire soundtrack was amazing.
They had Megan on there. It was a little fun on it.
They had your Tiana Major 9 on it.
Major 9.
Shout out to Tiana Major.
You know, honestly, we probably should have compiled a list of the best soundtracks, but like, I just felt like that's a very long conversation.
We could do that.
I feel like that's an argument.
Gonna be Waiting to Exhale #1 soundtrack.
That should be number 10. Why would that even be on the list?
What?
Why is that
number
even
10?
on the
No,
list?
that was
Waiting to Exhale soundtrack.
That was
Above the Rim, maybe the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack. Fucking, are you serious?
Above Waiting to Exhale.
Yes, absolutely. Waiting to Exhale.
Look it up real quick. I feel like that was like one of the top grossing soundtracks ever. Like I think
Bad Boys 2 was one of the top grossing soundtracks ever. Above the Rim, that is a hell of a soundtrack. Look, there's so many other soundtracks I put on Waiting to
According to you, though, like Bad Boys 2 was a solid soundtrack. I'm not gonna lie. Top grossing.
It's probably Titanic or some shit. It's probably Titanic.
Not the Titanic, Jesus.
Yeah. Grease, Titanic.
See,
Dirty Dancing, The Bodyguard.
Oh, I love
The Bodyguard. Oh, that's real. The Bodyguard. That's super real. Because she has 2 bangers on there. Because you have what is it? The Dolly Parton cover. Why can't I call that same song's name?
I don't know how.
I'll Always Love You, and then there's another one on there.
Let me read this real quick. Top 20. So the Bodyguard, and this is in order from 1 to 20.
Who did this order?
I don't know. This is from I don't know. So okay, Bodyguard, Saturday Night Fever, Purple Rain, Forrest Gump, Dirty Dancing, Titanic, The Lion King, Footloose, Top Gun. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, that was a good one. Oh yeah.
Grease, Waiting to Exhale is 12. The Little Mermaid, Pure Country, Flashdance, Space Jam. That was a good one.
Oh yeah.
The Big Chill, City of Angels, The Jazz Singer, and Evita. I don't even know if I've seen Evita. So I don't know.
Those are all solid soundtracks.
Forrest Gump had music.
Yeah, it's Forrest Gump. It wasn't specifically its own music. It's just all the songs they use because it's like a songbook of like America.
I don't remember them even playing music.
No, because literally every popular song between the 60s and like whenever the hell Forrest found out she had AIDS, like they had like every popular song.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's how I remember the movie. I'm sorry. Okay, that's how I remember the movie.
That's so funny.
I really wanted you to skate by it, but I couldn't stop laughing.
They had like every popular American song. Like you had the great. That's like the real American soundbook right there. They had it all. They had all the popular shit. So I get it. Waiting to Exhale. Maybe I need to go back and listen to it. I just don't want to hear about Shantae having a man. Like I just
Waiting to Exhale was a great soundtrack. Like hands down, amazing. Just check it out and just tell us what you think.
That was a fun activity. I like doing that.
It was a good time. We'll have to come back to the soundtrack thing. Just might have
just to feel away.
I do feel away, but you know, it's fine. I mean, I know somebody now that I've said this is gonna comment and be like, "Oh, nigga, you crazy? That shit was the bomb." Like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't either. But that's okay.
They are gonna say that, but you know, just be ready.
I'm not worried about it. Is that everything, y'all? Is that all of it?
It is. This was a fun episode.
It was a fun episode, man. We had a good time, and definitely shout out again to our guest, Mr. Chubby Swag. Appreciate you stopping by for sure.
Thank you, Chubb.
Yeah. And please, check out his Instagram at DJ Chubby Swag. See what he's doing on there. Tweet him because apparently he's active. You know, he will definitely hit you up on there.
Yes. I'm about to start getting active on Twitter, see what I can manifest.
I have to, apparently, man. I'm about to tweet out to PlayStation 5. Maybe they'll send me one.
We need to tweet on behalf on this podcast. That's what we
need.
Yeah,
send a podcast to PlayStation 5.
But it's gonna go to your house.
Are y'all gonna play it? Y'all ain't gonna play it
anyway. I like Grand Theft Auto just like the next
I'm gonna learn. I can YouTube how to play.
Tell me what shape the buttons are on the controller without looking.
Square, triangle, circle, X.
Wow, I'm impressed. All right, maybe you do.
L1, L2. I used to have an Xbox back in my day. I was an Xbox girl. No.
Okay, I didn't know.
I had all the Grand Theft Autos. I had Halo. I really used to play video games like hardcore.
God damn! Okay. Wow, the secrets from Shauna's past.
Secrets from Shauna's past.
Did you say Dreamcast?
Yeah, I used to play that in like middle school.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The Dreamcast, I always wanted one, but like by the time like you were ready to get one, they stopped making them. So then PlayStation came about, so we just never looked back. But
knocked it out the park.
I definitely wanted a Dreamcast, so I'm a little envious there. Yeah. What games did you have on there? You know, we'll get to that later.
It was my sister's best friend. We played the NBA. Did they have 2K on there? I remember it was the NBA game.
No, 2K didn't exist yet. No, it didn't exist till 2000. You know, because 2K.
This was in 2000 because this was after the summer party, which was this was probably 2002, 2001, 2002. So I feel
it might have been there. I don't know if it was for Dreamcast, but because 2K actually literally came out in 2000. That was the first one.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Well, guys, also please remember. Well, if you're gonna check on Chubby's Instagram and Twitters, go by ours. You know, we like to tweet. We be on the gram. You know, check out the TikToks. Check out Spotify, Google Podcasts. Check out Apple Podcasts. We out here.
Check out our bios. We're everywhere. Y'all just need to dial in with us. Subscribe.
Here for your consuming pleasure. Oh yeah, we're here, baby. It's a whole thing. But until the next time, y'all, I've been Trist.
It's your girl Les.
Shauna Don.
And even though the party may change, the vibe remains the same. We out, y'all.
Peace out.
Thank you for listening to part 1 of Bops, Deep Cuts, and everything in between with our special guest, Mr. DJ Chubby Swag. Check back next week for part 2 and the completed interview with him. Thanks, guys. Peace and love. Check you next week.